So I welcome you to the day 6 of the 30 days tech career challenge. Okay, this class is a continuation of a class series titled 30 days tech career challenge. If you are just coming across this channel, AG Evers Networks, I welcome you. This is where we talk about networking and cybersecurity complex. So any topic related to networking and cybersecurity, you will definitely find it on this channel. Okay, so like I said, this is a continuation of a training series titled 30 Days Tech Career Challenge. Maybe day 1, I think we cover what a network is all about. Day 2, we covered component of a network. Day 3, we covered non-brain system, how computer interpret information. Day 4, we covered IP address and MAC address. Is a continuation of IP address. It's all about IP address, how it is assigned to a network, classes of IP address, subnet mask, and all of that. Okay, and this is day 6. Okay, so in this day 6, what we'll be talking about is very simple. Okay, we'll be talking about concept of LAN, broadcast domain, and all of that. But before we proceed to the lecture of the 6, I want you to do me a favor right now. You are not paying any amount. You are not paying any money for this training. Okay? Help me to go and subscribe to this channel. Encourage me. Encourage me. It is your encouragement that I need. Okay? The more you encourage me, the more I push out content like this. Okay? For you to learn more about what is happening in the networking world. Okay? And if you already have basic knowledge and you want advanced classes, all those topics also are present on this channel. Okay? So go ahead and subscribe right now if you have not subscribed. Okay, so now this is what we'll be looking at in day 6. Okay, so we can move to the class right now and get started.
So what we'll be discussing are concept of a LAN, concept of a broadcast domain, Ethernet, unicast, multicast, and broadcast. Okay, so when they say a LAN, if you remember my definition of a LAN, I said a LAN is a network that is in a single location, maybe a single building or an office, a bank branch, an office environment, a corporate environment, just a single location. It doesn't extend beyond that location. Okay, so now as a network person, when you hear LAN, next thing that should come to your mind is that LAN is established using a device called switch. Okay, I explained switch before now. So now in this lecture, I will be making use of a switch and also going deep on how to assign address to devices on a LAN. Okay, how you can use a switch to establish a LAN. So now let's say this is an office environment. This is a switch. Okay, this is an office environment. This is an office environment. Okay, this is a switch. We have laptop. We have desktop. We have printer. Okay, just think of devices. Just think of different devices that can be connected to the network. Okay, or maybe you have an access point. Okay, you have an access point that is broadcasting out signal for people to connect through wireless. Okay, you have mobile devices connecting to wireless. Okay, you have people making use of the wireless. Like I said, wireless is just an extension of a LAN. It is still under a LAN. It is still under a LAN. Oh, let me quickly explain this. So now, Okay, I will explain access point better later, or wireless. I will dedicate a lecture on it, or before the end of this lecture, I will explain LAN better and access point. Okay, so now this is a LAN. This is a LAN, and the device that we use in establishing this LAN is the switch, right? So now, for these devices, for them to be able to fully communicate with one another, you need to give them IP address. You need to give them IP address. Okay, so let's say everybody in this LAN, everybody in this office, they are making use of 192.168.10.0/24. If you remember, /24 means we are using this first 3 octets for our network. Okay, you can go back to the previous lecture to understand my explanation better on IP, where I explain IP. Okay, so now that means this first device here, the IP can be 192.168.10.5, for instance. This one can be this printer. This is a printer. This printer can be 192.168.10.7. This one can be 192.168.10.6, for instance. Okay, so any device that connects through wireless as well can have IP address of 192.168.10.10. Okay, so now this is a LAN now. This is a LAN. This is a LAN. Okay, in the practical class, I will show you how to configure this switch. How to configure this switch so that you can assign this IP address. Okay, in the practical class, I will show you how to assign IP address to a system. Okay, maybe through our packet tracer simulator, or in real life, how you can assign IP address to your system in the practical class in this particular day. Okay, so now you just established a LAN. You just created a LAN. This is a LAN. You just set up a LAN. Okay, so we need to go and do this in the practical class, which I will still come up with. So this is a LAN. This is a LAN. So let's call this office ABC. Okay, this is office ABC. This LAN is a network for office ABC. It's a building ABC. So this is a LAN. This LAN, you can also call it broadcast domain. A broadcast domain. Whenever you hear broadcast domain, they are referring to a network, to a single network. Okay, you can call this a network. You can call this a network. Literally, you can call it broadcast domain. This is a broadcast domain. All of this is a broadcast domain. It's a broadcast domain. So whenever you hear broadcast domain, this is a broadcast domain. Broadcast domain means a particular segment of a network whereby if a particular host wants to communicate with everybody at once, that communication can happen. So now it's just like in a particular street now, okay, you know, I call network street and I call a host. I call it house number. If you remember. So now, broadcast means there are times that a particular host, you want to talk to everybody. Okay, you want to talk to everybody. So what it just did is broadcast. So it's just like going to your street and shout. When you shout, everybody on that street will hear you. Okay, computers too. Sometimes they used to do that. Okay, there are situations whereby a switch we have to broadcast to everybody that this person is going somewhere, doesn't know where he's going, or who is Lagbaja or Lagbaja that wanted to talk to should come out. Okay, so that is why they call it broadcast domain. So I've explained concept of LAN. I've explained concept of broadcast domain. Now, Ethernet. All these are just terms. Whenever you hear Ethernet work. Ethernet work is just referring to a LAN. Okay, Ethernet is just that technology that governs the communication that is taking place in a LAN. Okay, like this, you can call it a Ethernet switch. All this cable, they used to call it Ethernet cable. So it's just the name of the technology whereby devices are connected like this and communication can take place. Okay, that is what they normally call Ethernet. So you can come across Ethernet and you'll be like, what is this again? That is what they are trying to say. So we continue in the second class, which is a part 2.